Alright, welcome back to another PvP pet battle video. This is Linica, and today I'm going to be showcasing some of the best pets that you can find in Pandaria and Deepholm, although I think I only used one because they're all pretty crappy. All the pets in Deepholm are pretty weak, especially compared to Pandaria pets, but there is one that can kind of stand out, although he is kind of a low tier 2 pet. He's a fun pet. So this is a tier 1 team. I'm assuming he's just running regular crouched instead of the lullaby. There's really no reason on a blind rat this slow. Alright, well this is going to be difficult. I think I'm going to start with my Thundertail Flapper. He's going to start with his rat. Don't have a very good matchup against him. Didn't really think he would start with that. Kind of want to swap into my beast. I'll take weak damage from the Call Darkness. Oh, crouch. Alright, so he's kind of putting himself in a position where he's not going to want to swap, so I can kind of feel free to go with some moves that won't really punish him for swapping and will really punish him for staying in, because with his crouch up, he's really going to want to stay in. So I'm going to go ahead throw out a Poison Spit now. He really should swap. Yeah, that was smart. Oh, that's a bummer. I'm going to throw out the Brittle Webbing. Really hope this one lands, because that Bone Barrage will hit him back hard. Oh, I didn't think he would go for the Nocturnal Strike right off the bat. Is this going to be enough to keep me alive? Let's try it. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. That paid. Oh, I'm not sorry about that miss. I am very happy about that miss. Let's see if I can get a poison on him. This guy hits hard. He has a 341 attack powered. He's a really cool spider, honestly. Oh, that Brittle Webbing is doing a lot of damage. Yeah, this is going pretty well for me, honestly, at this point. I kind of feel like bringing in my Mongoose in case he swaps into the Blind Rat. That's what I'm kind of figuring he's going to do here. I'll probably see this aquatic and assume I have some aquatic moves and not swap into the Nightshade Sproutling. That's kind of what I would predict. I don't think he'll stay in while he has no moves. Maybe he is. At this rate, it looks like he is just going to stay in and pass his turn. Nah, that's what I was hoping, and I'm very happy he did. I am running the Mongoose instead of the Mongoose Pup. Even though he has such low health, I kind of like that 374 speed. It's pretty insane. So now he's realizing he has a weak matchup. Very, very weak matchup. He's going to swap into his Bone Serpent, but I'm going to be fine because all I have to do is just go underneath here, and I'm going to take no damage from that Nocturnal Strike he wants to hit me with. When I come back up, I'm going to hit his Nightshade Sproutling hard if he's dumb enough to swap him in. Yeah, he's going to take that strong aquatic damage. I'm really surprised about that, honestly. I actually have a small chance of beating this guy, as good as his team is. Yeah, he's going to. That's smart to soak it with this, and he got a miss, so that's pretty bad. Gonna go for a gnaw before he can get up his crouch. Oh, hey, he's making some smart swaps. I like that. I like seeing that. Let me see. We're even. Yeah, he's faster than me with both of his pets. My Thundertail Flapper is just not that good, but he might be okay once he can kind of throw up a lightning shield. Ooh, and that's a perfect time for me to throw it up while I'm blinded. It's probably going to swap, honestly. That's what I would predict, because I have lightning shield up, and I have a tail slap coming at him, so I will be really super. Yeah, there's the swap. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and throw out a Thunderbolt. I'm predicting. Yeah, there's the crouch. So I'll be able to get that AoE damage out onto the Nightshade Sproutling. I think it's in my best interest to just kind of stay in and do damage here. Nice. So yeah, I have him within within kill range. Ooh, that's an awesome miss for me. Really unlucky for him. He needed to land that. He's gotten more misses than I have, I think. Even though I did get some unlucky misses. Here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and throw up my lightning shield, predicting that blinding poison right off the bat. And now if he attacks me, that lightning shield will still hit him. He can't blind that. And with a lash was a really bad idea, because it's a multi-turn attack. That just did like 500 damage worth of reflect damage, and he's just going to kill himself here with a lash. Nice. Sweet. So those are some really fun pets. I don't know how strong they'll be in the... Ooh, grats. Ding. That's the word I was looking for. Level 45. Let's get a talent. Deeper Stratagem sounds coolest. Ooh, that's way too many combo points for me to keep track of. Oh, which one's the best? I'm just going to do that. The name sounds the coolest. Also, it seems like the easiest one to keep track of. Yeah. Sweet. Yep, that's what I'm going to go with. Deeper Stratagem. Alright, and so yeah, that's back to this. I called this team kind of squishy. It does have pretty low health pets, except for the Thundertail Flapper. But you can run Leech Life on the Spider to keep him alive, and the Mongoose is really good. Same with the Mongoose Pup. They're really good at staying alive with their survival and their dive, combined with their very, very high speed. So, very fun team. For this next one, I'll go ahead and try this team Big Hits. It does have the Crimson Geode, who is one of the cooler pets from Deepholm. Is that what it's called? Am I saying that right? It's Deepholm, right? Yeah, Deepholm. Here are the pets you can use. Lots of shale spiders. Crimson Geode. What's up? What's up with my map, though? That's weird. Oh, because on my alt, I can't see it. Gotcha. Yeah, Crystal Beetle. Nothing really exciting. You know, there's a Fungal Moth. That's a nice one to be able to potentially add to your collection. Twilight Spider. That's right. That's the other one I used. Is the Twilight Spider. Ooh, this is a very cool team. This team looks like a Disco Doggy team to me. Oh, this looks suspiciously like a Disco Doggy team. I'm gonna have my work cut out because it has bleeds and burns. So I'm gonna have to play this one very smart. I think what I will do is go ahead. I wish I had Shell Shield. But we'll see. Gonna go ahead and throw up a Whirlpool. Just gonna throw up a Crouch. Okay. Now he knows I don't have Shell Shield, so... I'm sure he has Flamethrower and Wood Chipper. Do I take weak damage on either of these? Not really. Not really. I think I'm going to probably swap into this guy so that I can throw up my Cleansing Rain. That'll buff my Whirlpool in addition to making all of his dots go for 1 round less. Yeah, that Flamethrower only lasts for 1 round, so he actually won't be able to use that Flamethrower as a burn for the Conflagrate. All he can depend on is the Blood in the Water, which does hit very hard, to be fair. It does hit very hard. Okay, but he still has quills anyway, so I better get out of here. Do I just want to do damage? I kind of just want to do damage for this. I think that's what I will do. Because this just is going to hit so hard that I'm kind of fine with sacrificing my Eternal Strider here. That might have been a bad move, but I feel okay with doing that. I'm surprised he didn't throw down a Flamethrower there. Maybe he doesn't want to give away what he has. That makes sense, I guess. Alrighty, 2 Surges ought to take him out. Also, you know, Quills can't do as much damage when I go first, so... We still got a double hit. That's pretty lucky, but it's fine. I won't be surprised if he swaps out here and tries to save his Dragonhawk hatchling. Although if I can keep my Emperor Crab alive, it really doesn't matter. Yeah. That was probably smartest, to just keep him in and sacrifice him. Unfortunately, I am putting myself up against a potential snarly Crimson Geode matchup, so I gotta be very careful not to let that happen. Okay, I'm happy with this. Is that enough to kill me? 25% extra damage on top of 650. It's almost 700 damage. That is enough to kill me. So I'm gonna have to swap and just pray that it misses, honestly. Oh, I missed. Okay. I can breathe a sigh of relief here. Do I want to go ahead? Yeah. That Whirlpool's gonna hit hard. Alrighty. Yeah, this is looking pretty good here. Do I even want to bother with that? He's rooted. I think I'm just going to go for damage. 2 of these will take him out. And this can't stun his critter anyways. Nice. Yeah, I forgot how much that hits under Amplify Magic. That's really nice. I still have this available for one more round, so I think I will go ahead and go for it. I would expect a crouch here. Crouch would be very smart. Yeah. Let me see. Can I play around his crouch? With an Aluminium Bolt? Maybe. Maybe. But I want to guarantee that I get it off. Not really. Do I? You know what? I think he can't kill me here. We'll see. Oh, he totally kills me. Dang it, I should have gone for the Aluminium Bolt. Ooh, but I got a crit. Okay, this is a little scary, because I don't actually have Shell Shield. I have to heal right here. I just have to, because I'm already so low. I do take weak dot damage, so I do have that going for me. I'll go ahead and throw up a Whirlpool. That will kind of force him to use his crouch here. Oh no, he got a crit. Got a crit. That crit's scary. Okay, I get two hits in before he can get his crouch up. And yeah, 2 hits will take him out. So unless he gets a super crit here, I should be able to beat him. Ooh, but it's so close. Those dots. Nah, I should be able to take care of him. So that Whirlpool was a total misplay, but it didn't matter because you know the extra surge earlier wouldn't have mattered really. Okay, not really explaining my strategies or playing all that well, but I got the win against that scary looking Bleed Burn team, and didn't really get to show off any of this strategy much. It was just kind of playing, you know, against what he had. So maybe I'll come back to that team, but we'll see. It's not that strong. This team is a lot of fun. It is the closest thing you can create to a clone dance team with any of these wild pets that we've used for the tournament so far. Oh yes, the tournament. Forgot to even talk about that. Yeah, that's what these are for. So this coming Monday, it'll be the 19th. I am going to be streaming the Wildcaught Pets tournament. It's going to be Deepholm and Pandaria, which is, you know, why I'm doing this video. And, ooh, we get a rematch against this guy. I'll get back to that in a second. Because this guy's hard to beat. Disco Mouse. Call me, maybe. Just going to open with him. So I don't want to open with a Prairie Mouse. Yeah, I'm just going to kind of go with my basic strategy, but I might not use Call Lightning because of all of his ticky-tacky damage. I might just go for Cyclone. The idea is to use Cyclone and Call Lightning, and then buff your hit chance with Nimbus. And I don't want to take a bleed on him, which is definitely going to come out here. I'm going to soak the bleed with my Flame Ring Moth, who will take weak damage from it. Going to go ahead and buff that Cyclone hit chance. So it has a 55% hit chance, which means it's pretty likely to hit his team, especially against that Snarly. That is good. I'm going to go ahead and heal here. Kind of expect the swap into the Dragonhawk Hatchling because he takes the weak damage, at least potentially from my Alpha Strike. Technically doesn't know that I have it yet, but it's a pretty good guess. Alright, so Quills. It's pretty... My Dragonkin actually has a pretty decent matchup, I suppose, against him. He likes to swap a lot, so it's also very possible that swapping into my Prairie Mouse could be very effective. Oh, that was perfect. because he did use the conflagrate, and so it was weak against my critter. Please stay in here. Just let me get my Poison Fang on you, and I'll be happy. Dang it. He's smart. How dare you play smart? It's no fair. It's no fair, I say. Alrighty, so he has a dot on his Crispin. Is he going to crouch? I think he's going to go straight for Wood Chipper. That's what I would do. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Dragonkin in case he does go for a crouch. Okay, I could have gotten a quick flurry off, but it wasn't worth the risk. Do I want to go for a Cyclone? I think I do. Because I'm just kind of, this is kind of my strategy, is to, you know, put out this Cyclone. Alright, so I have a poison on him, so I think the Call Lightning is worth it to go out now, even though he has dots on me. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But this was the whole strategy. Ooh, these are going to be long turns now with all these dots and stuff and lightning. Oh, I have my Dragon Racial active. Should I go for it? Yes, I'm low enough health. I should totally go for it, especially because he's rather likely to swap here. Yeah, I figured he would swap. Swap. And so now I'm going to be able to kill his Dragonhawk hatchling with a simple tail swap. Oh, but he's going to kill me with Conflagrate. Do I want to swap for that? I'm already low enough health. It's really not worth it. If he wastes his Conflagrate here, I'm fine with sacrificing my hatchling. Now the only problem is I actually don't have enough damage to take care of that guy here. Do I? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and bring him in, I think. Oh, this is scary. I think I'm going to go for this. I might be able to kill him with the Call Lightning. Yeah, the Call Lightning made it just enough damage for me to take him out with a Nimbus. And his Crispin died to a pretty lucky 55% hit chance Cyclone. In addition to, you know, now that Cyclone is out there against the Snarly. Gonna go ahead and go for this. He went for the Surge. Very smart. Very, very smart. I'm gonna go ahead and heal here. Predict another Surge. But maybe he's predicting my heal. Ooh, the mind games are real. And he predicted me correctly and used the bleed. So now I'm within kill shot range of that. Oh, this is pretty scary. I'm going to go ahead and go for an Alpha Strike. That was smart of him to use his Surge. The good news is he can't afford to use a Blood in the Water because he has to use Surge, or else I'll just kill him with an Alpha Strike first. So he's kind of locked into using Surge. Puts him in a really awkward position where he has to spam his weakest hitting attack. Well, Rip is weaker, I suppose. But that does put him low enough where a simple Poison Fang will take him out. There's honestly nothing he can do at this point because all I have to do is just, you know, land this. He can, like, he's probably going to Surge, I guess, and hope for, like, a Mega Crit. Yeah, no, there's just nothing you can do. So I had the upper hand there in the matchups, honestly, and I think I got pretty lucky with how much, ooh, nice, got a Flawless Battlestone, with how much my Cyclone hit, because that is, you know, only, that Nimbus only is a 20% buff. So while this is a cool idea, you're not always going to get that lucky, and, you know, it's still a 45% chance for your Cyclone to just not land on any of the pets. Well, on each pet. This team is really quite strong. It uses some of the strongest pets. The Kunley Runt is very strong. Pairing him with the Jungle Grub is a lot of fun, because I might just honestly, by the way, I'll come back to explaining this team. Depending on how long these queues are, I might just wait until the end of the video to kind of talk about the details for the tournament. Oh, man. Alright, so this is obviously the same guy. Kind of hope this isn't Disco Doggy. It's not really like him to bring out, you know, a trap as soon as he loses, so I'm guessing this is somebody else just kind of using his team. Because, yeah, it's not like you know, he'll use the Wolvar pup, but it's not like him to use the Magma Trap on Little Rag. Don't have a critter to soak it with, unfortunately, and I don't have a stun. I think I'm just going to start off with him. And what I can do, at least, is root him so that he can't swap out of his little Ragnos into somebody else. So, yeah, he might put down his trap and it might stun me eventually. But I'll just kind of keep him in and take out his little Ragnaros so that I can have kind of a fair fight between my two pets and his two without him just using his Magma Trap and swapping out. I'm fine with it going off there, honestly. Because here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my Kunlai Runt. He's rooted, so if he doesn't go under on this turn that I slow him, he's going to take a stun and just die to, you know, he's going to be stunned and then take down. Oh, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it, so he's rooted for 2 more rounds, which means he has to stay in to take this deep freeze. He can't swap out. You can see he's stalling out because he really wants to swap, but he's going to take this stun. Then he has to stay in, so I'm going to get in that takedown damage. It was very much a misplay for him to... No, yeah, it just wasn't a misplay. He just didn't have the going under, so that was really what won this game for me. I mean, I haven't won it yet, but it's looking pretty good. I took down his trap. He has a Snarly, who's a very strong tier 2 pet, but really just not too worried. I'm going to save him for later, obviously. I want to bring in the Emerald Turtle, I dare say, because he's pretty weak against the mechanical with that magic damage. Gonna go ahead and go for the heal since I predict the Blood in the Water right off the bat. Also, he might swap. That was a good swap. Well played, sir. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in my Jungle Grub. Even though he takes the strong damage, I want to root him and kind of rinse and repeat my strategy that I did with Little Ragnaros. Except this time, I know he has no dodges available. He also doesn't even have the strong damage against me since he's running Screeching Gear, so... yeah, this is pretty awesome. I'm going to be able to leap here, get faster than him. I'll probably end with a nice strong Sticky Goo, just to really force him to stay in longer than he's going to want to. Also, it does elemental damage, so with my Beast Racial, it almost hits as hard as a basic attack. Very nice. Alrighty, so... yeah, this is going to work out very nicely. I'm going to be able to slow him here. He's going to put a bleed on me, but I don't care. Because here's the stun. Now, the question is, can the Emerald Turtle take out the Snarly? I don't think so. I honestly don't think so, but we'll see. I'm actually going to go for this, because it will kind of allow me to heal a little bit more. Probably doesn't really make a difference, honestly. But, is he going to swap here? No, yeah, he can't swap. So, yeah, with the bleed on me, it really doesn't matter, because he's just going to use a Surge and take me out. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and just go for the takedown in case he... yeah, of course he's going to use the Surge. Alrighty, so this is a little scary, because my heal doesn't heal for that much, and that Blood in the Water does hit for a lot, so... I'm definitely not going to be able to out-heal him, but the good news I have going for me is I take weak damage from the bleed. It really depends on how hard my Emerald Bites hit for. I think this is going to go to him. Snarly is not a... yeah, especially with that crit. But that crit didn't win in the game. Snarly is a really strong pet, so if you kind of save him for a 1v1 at the end, you're pretty likely to win. There are very few pets who can kind of 1v1 him. There's the bone. I mean, there's tier 1 pets, but the only tier 1 pet on this list is the Emperor Crab. That I can think of. I might come back to that team because that's a fun team. But now I'm going to come to this team. This team's really strong. I guess some people might say the Alpine Foxling is tier 1. I wouldn't. I'd just say he's strong tier 2. There's nothing about him that's broken or anything. He's just really good against the beta, so he's a strong anti-meta tier 2 pet in my book. Oh, actually that could have been Disco Doggy. Oh well, that's fine. I mean, you know, it's nothing wrong, I guess, with using a trap, but it is kind of a little bit cheap, I guess. I don't know that it was him. Whoever it was, they played well. I'm guessing that they're gone now that they beat me. Hopefully I can get some cues. In case I don't get cues, I'll go ahead and keep talking about I'll go ahead and keep talking about the tournament. So details. I left a comment, or I left like in the description, the kind of TLDR, but I'll go ahead and talk about that. So I will be streaming it on my channel here at Linica's Pet Battles. It's going to be 6 o'clock. What's it called? Central Standard Time? Yeah, 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. That's 5 o'clock Mountain Time. That's you. The important thing that really can kind of make it easy, it's going to be 7 o'clock server time, and we're going to be on Malorn, the US Malorn server. Just like always, it's going to be right outside the orc starting zone. So all you have to do to participate is just create a level 1 orc. And to prepare in advance, I have a list of pets here that are, as far as I know, these are all of the pets that are eligible. But the rules for what is eligible is as long as it's a wild-caught pet found in Deepholm or Pandaria, you're allowed to use it. You're only allowed to use a pet once against an opponent, and that means that you kind of have to have 9 unique pets minimum, because because matches against each opponent are best 2 out of 3. So, you know, if you say you win a battle and then your opponent wins a battle, you have to play a 3rd battle. So I guess you could play it really risky and just be like, okay, I'm just going to make 2 super strong teams and then just depend on 2-0ing my opponent. But I would not recommend that. The competition can be very difficult. There will probably be Nathan, Andre, I'm guessing we'll see Crazy again, who almost beat me, and I have an entire YouTube channel dedicated to PvP pet battles, so you can probably imagine what his skill level is. So, not to scare off any competition, it's not all that bad, but you know, it's competitive, so it's, you know, it's a lot of fun, a lot of unique teams that you'll see using these kind of underused tails. You know, they have your Thunder Tail Flappers, your Swamp Croakers, who I'm using here. I'm using him in this team because with Dazzling Dance, he's actually a pretty cool pet. He's going to be pretty decent speed, a little over 325 speed with Dazzling Dance up, and Wild Crimson Hatchling is actually going to be a super duper awesome counter for Tarot Claws, which is why I called this team Come At Me Tarot Claw. Because he's actually going to be faster than a Tarot Claw above their flying racial, as long as you have Dazzling Dance up, because he is a 325 speed. So this team will do very well if I run into a Tarot Claw, and that'd be awesome. Not so good if I run into a Darkness team, but I do have the Alpine Foxling, who isn't too bad, I suppose, against Bone Serpent. All in all, it should be really, really fun. I think that this team would actually also be really nice in the tournament. I might even save this team. But there might be other pets that are a little stronger against, say, an Emperor Crab. A lot of what you want to kind of do in these tournaments is figure out what are going to be the power players. And I'll go ahead and tell you. You're going to see the Spirebound Crab. You're going to see the Shore Crab. Where did he go? Shore Crab is one that's actually been eligible for all of these tournaments, and he is very good. They're both Emperor Crab wannabes, and Emperor Crab is from Pandaria, so you're going to be seeing Emperor Crabs, Spirebound Crabs, and Shore Crabs are all allowed. So what you're probably going to want to run in order to counter them is, you know, the easy answer is moths. There are Skywisp moths, Flame Ring moths, Ashwing moths, Fungal moths. There's like 6. You know, there's so many moths, Amber moths. There's so many, and so that's a really strong counter for them. So I'm actually not going to disallow using multiple moths. You can only use one moth once, but since there are so many options, that will give you a great way to counter and kind of discourage people from just using a crab in all of their teams. Because a moth will do so good. Okay, let me focus on this and I'll get back to the details in a second. Clockwork Gnome. I feel like he's going to probably open with his Clockwork Gnome. That would make a lot of sense since he sees that beast. So I'm probably going to, I don't know. I just have to, I don't really have a good way to take care of him, so I'm just going to bring in the guy who doesn't have a bubble or take extra damage. If he has Blitz, I'm also in trouble, but I am faster than him at least. So I'll go ahead, just go for a breath. He doesn't have any sort of Plague Blood, so he can't use the Build Turret Plague Blood combo, at least. Very interesting, honestly, to use the Anubisath Idol with the Clockwork Gnome. Makes me wonder if he's just running Stone Skin, but otherwise, it's definitely some serious anti-synergy going on. I'm predicting the swap into the Humanoid? Why did he bring in the Bird? The Bird does not even potentially have strong damage against me, so that was a very interesting choice there, honestly. Yeah, he's going to do that, and I'm just going to be able to heal up to full after it, because my Healing Flame does healing based on the last hit, so... Huh, interesting strategy. This must be kind of a newer pet battle, but this isn't the kind of pet that you would expect to see from one, so... I guess I'll just go for damage here. It looks like his strategy is to throw out turrets and then stall with his other two pets. But you can't really stall with the Anubisath Idol, because if he's running Sandstorm, which is what most are going to run, it's going to really kind of hamper your build turret, because that turret's not even going to do damage versus a beast. Because it gets blocked by Sandstorm before it even, does the damage that it would be accounted for. I'm going to go ahead and heal here, I think. If he throws out a Sandstorm, I'm fine with it. Yeah, I figured he would just crush. I don't have any strong damage versus this idol. Killing him is going to be almost impossible, honestly. I'm going to swap into my Aquatic here. He really only has a good matchup against the Anubisath Idol. Oh, ow. Okay, I'm predicting the Sandstorm here, so I'm going to go ahead and bubble. There's a deflection. That's an awesome time for me to have thrown up my bubble. I'm going to go ahead and hit him with a Water Jet. Actually, this is kind of cool, throwing Ancient Blessing on the Anubisath Idol. That means his heal does, like, an extra 2 healing or so. Predicting a Sandstorm. Should I stay in? I think I should and just do damage. Because I just need to hurt this guy as much as I can. Oh, I'm not that excited. Sorry, Gomer. Sorry, buddy. Okay, is he gonna deflection here? Maybe. He didn't. Dang it. It's not gonna do any damage to him. That was a misplay. I was predicting the kind of newbie deflection, unfortunately. Oh, but there's the swap. There's the swap. That's pretty nice. I mean, he's still faster than me, but I mean, that's nice. That's nice. That will start doing a little bit of damage. Probably just gonna go for the Slicing Wind here. I'm gonna go for the swap here into my Crimson Hatchling. I'm gonna go for a breath before he gets the heal off. There's the heal. Yeah, I was kind of predicting that, but I wanted to use my Racial in case he didn't use it. And if he hits me with, now that he hits me with this, I'm going to get a nice juicy heal from that second hit from my Healing Flame. So, I predict the swap here, so I'm just going to go for damage. Didn't predict that swap, honestly, though. That's pretty unexpected. Nice crit. Very nice crit. That might win me the game. Still, this Anubisath Idol is such a problem pet. But I got on my Racial here. Gonna hit him hard. Oh, that was a nice. I'm so lucky he swapped in there. Is he gonna swap here? Is he going to deflection here? I'm gonna go for damage in case he doesn't. He didn't. I actually took out his. That was a really hard hitting breath. I got pretty lucky with that crit into his. There was a crit earlier. I forgot what it was. And I'm gonna hit him first with a Racial and might take him out. Almost. I am gonna lose my Crimson Hatchling here, but I think I've got this. We'll have to see. Gonna be able to hit him before he uses his heal. It's just down to a mechanical versus my beast, which is a bad matchup for sure. But I think I've got this. If I go for a crouch here, I shouldn't die before I can kill him. I'm assuming he has repair, but he's just too low to use it. If he goes for repair, I'll certainly win because I'll just kill him while he does no damage except the turret. So it's in his best interest to just do damage, but it's just too late. Yeah, I feel like I got pretty lucky there with some crits and some nice RNG. Maybe some, less than ideal swaps for my opponent. But I'll take it because killing an Anubis idol with no critter damage and all wild-caught pets and a lot of... Sorry, no undead damage. A lot of critter damage, actually. And all wild-caught pets is not easy. And a dragonkin, that's not an easy feat. So I'll take a less than perfectly played opponent using that kind of team against mine. I wonder if I can get a win with this. I'll try one more game, and if I can't, that's really fine. But while I'm waiting for the queue, I'll go ahead and swap into I already got my team. I'll go ahead and keep talking about the tournament. Like I said, if you want to join it, all you have to do is just bring 9 of these pets. I'm going to leave the... so all of these are the eligible teams. Don't worry, you don't have to take like a screenshot. I'm just going to export it like this. Copy this and leave all this code. It's not that much. All you have to do in order to, import my team is just like create a new tab like this. And then you just go like this, import tab. Copy all my code. Yeah, I already have those teams. So, but for you, you're just going to import it just like that. Delete tab. Yeah. It's okay. So I'll go ahead and accept the queue. Hopefully we don't run into another little Ragnaros. Oh, rematch. But this time it's a Fiendish Imp. Huh. Well, I do predict the opener with a Clockwork Gnome, but he really could bring in the Fiendish Imp. So, what do I want to do? I feel like what I kind of want to do is bring in the Jungle Grub. Just throw out a Sticky Goo. And keep that Clockwork Gnome from swapping. Now that he swapped, I am going to take a turret to the face. He got a crit, but I'm going to swap, so it's going to be okay. Going to be able to bring in my Kunlai Runt. And this is kind of the nice strategy here that I showed you earlier, except this time there's no Magma Trap that could kind of mess my day up. So, I'm going to go for a Frost Shock. Going to get a stun out. Going to do the biggest damage here with takedown. He's stunned. He takes extra damage, and he can't swap out. That Sticky Goo combined with the Kunlai Runt is very strong. Gonna go for a Frost Shock here just to slow him down. He's probably gonna swap after this. That would be smart. And so predicting the swap, I am gonna just go for another Frost Shock. If he stays in, he dies. Yeah, I was kind of predicting that. Against the bird, my Frost Shock really isn't that useful, and I'm kind of predicting a liftoff here. I just don't have that much I can do, I suppose. Can swap into him. I want to save this guy for later. He might still be useful, even though I do take strong damage from that. Here's what I'll do. I'll swap into my Emerald Turtle. Oh, that was a bad idea. Okay, fortunately he went for the liftoff. So, do I want to take that liftoff? It can hit really hard. I do not want to take that liftoff. So what I've done here is I took a little bit of that turret damage on my aquatic. Didn't take any flying damage on my beast. I'm gonna be able to get out a root here, which is pretty nice. Ooh, I should have gone for a leap first. I thought he would heal. I was certain he would heal. Should I keep him alive? I don't think so. I'll go for a leap in case he goes for the heal. Yeah, he went for the damage. That was smart. Alrighty, now, is he going to go for the... I'm just going to go for the possible stun because I'm close enough to dead. I really have to. Could have probably gotten away without doing that. I'm just going to go for damage here. Yeah, he got a triple hit. Oh, this is scary. What's he gonna do? I have such a bad matchup against him with my flyer, with my aquatic. Oh, I have a terrible matchup with my aquatic. I'm gonna go for a Powerball here. He didn't use his liftoff. I'm still not faster than him, but I will be in one more turn. So maybe he'll save his... Yeah, he's gonna use his liftoff here for sure. There's the liftoff. I think I'm faster than him here, so I should be able to get off a heal before I take this big damage. It's still gonna hit me very hard. At least 600 damage. That was a low-end hit, so that's very good. This will kill him if he stays in. It'll also kill his mechanical. So I'm really just stuck in a Fiendish Imp 1v1. That doesn't look good. That does not look good at all. But I am faster than him. I'm just so low health, though. Like, I think the Fiendish Imp will just be able to burn me down. Literally, with burns. Ew, that's a low hit. It's a very low hit. Oh my goodness, he has Seer Magic. So if he has Immolation... Okay, so he has Rush. He does have Rush. But that's all he can do. Yeah, all he can do is spam Rush. I might actually have a chance here because he has Seer Magic. See? Never give up. Now, it's still not looking great because all he has to kind of do is spam a couple more. Oh no, it just barely keeps him fast enough. And he got me. He got me. I maybe could have gone for a couple power balls, but he's just so fast because that does boost his speed by 100%. It's going to be very difficult. If I queue into that same guy with this team, I feel like it's just going to go 0-3. But I think I will give one more chance just to kind of see what I can do. I might have misplayed that a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't have brought my Kunle Runt in when I did. Maybe I should have just brought my Emerald Turtle. But I don't know. He has the magic damage. I don't know. It can be hard to come up with really strong teams. Here's one of the things about these pets that you can use here that I'll be leaving in the description for y'all. There are 0 undead, and there are 0 mechanical pets anywhere on Pandaria or Deepholm, at least that are wild caught. Wild caught like this bunny over here, where you can attack it and capture it. Oh, Rematch, he probably has burn now. Oh, what do I want to run? I think I'm going to just not start with the Jungle Grub. I think I'll start with my Kunle Runt. Instead, he's going to start with the Pterodax Hatchling. Going to just go for damage. What? He changed his moves. Why did he run Apocalypse? That's not very smart. He can't survive Apocalypse, so as long as I can kill 2 of his pets and keep 2 of mine alive, I'm gonna be good. Okay, I'm gonna go for the slow here. He's probably not gonna stay in to take the stun, so I'm just gonna go for another Frost Shot. What? Why'd you... No. Why'd you do that? That wasn't very smart of you. Alright, I'm gonna go for the stun here since I'm faster. He stayed in for it. I'm gonna go for another slow here because it'll kill him if he stays in, and it'll slow him to be slower than my... this is why you run a power speed Kunle Runt, by the way, is he'll be faster, just barely faster than a Fiendish Imp. And all the other breeds, as you can see, the fastest speed is 250. Oh, a power balance, I guess, would. Well, don't use the power in PvP. Do I want to just slow him again? I do. I just want him slow. He might have Seer Magic, but, we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and root him. If he has Seer Magic, then he doesn't have a spam mobile attack, so he probably has burn. I'm gonna go for a leap here. Nice crit. Yeah, and he has to stay in. This is looking very good for me because at this rate, I'm just gonna be able to have... Oh, if I had Consume, that'd be so good. But I was expecting to run into more... Wait, which one does more damage? Leap does, so I just kind of want to spam it. He can't swap out. My Beast Ritual is active, so I should be able to actually take down this Imp, almost certainly. And let's see. Oh, not... Yes, just barely. Just barely. Okay, so I have 3 pets and he has 2, and Apocalypse is coming down, so he'll probably sacrifice... No! Oh, this is perfect. I'm going to root him, and so he's going to have to die on his Clockwork Gnome. So all he'll have left is his Pterodax hatchling. This is so great. I'm going to bring in this guy. Go ahead and buff my speed to be faster than the Pterodax hatchling. Because it's going to look like it's going to be... What do I want the 1v1 to be? Oh, yeah, He doesn't have a heal. But he does have a liftoff. I'm just going to go ahead and sacrifice my aquatic. I feel like my Kunley Runt has a slightly better matchup against the Pterodax hatchling. So we both die here. His mechanical racial does not bring him... No, it does. I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that. Well, you saw it here first. Gonna go for this just to get the guaranteed kill. Oh no, he goes for a liftoff. He's actually gonna kill me. No. I didn't know that his mechanical racial would bring him back to life. That's kind of BS. Yeah. Oh, that's really sad. That's really sad. Why does the mechanical racial bring him back to life? I guess it makes sense, but I just never thought about it. I guess I've never seen a mechanical with an apocalypse team. Alright, well let's see. Do we have another team that would do pretty good against him? This team would do pretty strong. But I want to get a win with this team. This team is having so much trouble getting a win. And I was talking up how this has like one of the best pets, because honestly the Kunley Runt is probably the second best pet in the entire tournament, because there are no undeads, so the only undead damage is like spiders and then the jungle grub. There's almost nothing else. There's like the shale spiders, the regular spiders, and then the jungle grub, and other than that, there's a bunch of critter damage, so he's really strong. Come on. Why do I keep matching up against this guy? I don't have any undead damage. Oh. Oh, this is a rough time going against this guy. He's gonna start with his Clockwork Gnome. I don't have any good way to deal with the Clockwork Gnome. I'm gonna just start with my Kunley Runt. Go for a Frost Shock. And keep spamming Frost Shock in case he swaps into somebody else. He's probably just gonna go for a liftoff. Ooh. I'm sure he's gonna go for that deflection. No, he didn't go for the deflection. He's beating me in mind games. Why? Why? You have a better team than me. You don't need to beat me in mind games. Okay, I'm just going to go for it. Okay, got it. I feel like he was just going to hold on to his deflection forever to keep me from using my deep freeze, so. Oh, there's the swap. Why are you using the... Like, this is the same guy who uses Anubis Athidal and the Clockwork Gnome, and it makes no sense, because look at this turret. No damage. Even if I bring in my beast, which I'm not going to, because I know he runs Metal Fist, but even if he does, no damage. Like, why would you do that? It doesn't make sense. It makes no sense to me. I want to save this guy, though. Is he going to swap? He's going to go for damage. Nah, he's going for the heal. Gotcha. Okay. If I stun him, does that interrupt? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. No heal for you, because you're stunned. Go ahead and throw out a slow. Still an apocalypse. Out. I need to not forget about that. Okay, there's a liftoff. Gonna go for a slow here. Don't think it puts him down below his racial, but if I hit him again, then he'll be below his he'll be slower than me. Yeah, I'm just going to go for the deep freeze. On the next turn, somebody dies. But does he have his racial yet? He still has his racial available. Oh my goodness, is he going to sacrifice? There's no way he's going to use this. He's going to sacrifice his Anubis idol. That'd be too amazing. Be too amazing. Let's see. I'm just going to go for damage. What? Why'd you run away? I mean, if he let his Anubis idol die, he was going to lose. But if he used his mechanical, he would have still had his racial, which we just found out works. And then he would have had his idol to take care of the rest of my team, which would have been pretty scary for me, honestly. I think I would win, but it'd be really close. Like if I got a bunch of misses under Sandstorm, he totally had a chance to win. Albeit it would be an RNG win, but you never know. Like misses can go both ways, I suppose. Well, there's this team, rocking that solid 25% win rate. But for real, the Kunlai Runt's very strong. If you pair him with a Dazzling Dance, he'll be very strong in the tournament. And there's a lot of really good uses for him. He's probably going to pair well with the Crimson Geode because if you say throw up your Elementium Bolt, then swap into your Kunlai Runt, then the Elementium Bolt comes down, stuns your opponent, then you can use a takedown, do that double damage. You can slow him, all sorts of fun stuff. So, he can pair very well with a lot of the strong pets in the tournament, and I think he'll be a lot of fun to use. Jungle Grub is theoretically very nice. In the tournament, you'll probably want to run Consume just because there are no undead, so Chomp is literally only going to be able to do weak damage because you might run into the Kunlai Runt with him. So if you run Consume, the Jungle Grub will actually be very nice against the Kunlai Runt. You might also run Burrow to maybe get a little bit of a trick. They go for the deep freeze right off the bat, and you burrow. That thing might happen because sometimes the Kunlai Runt's in a position where he's desperate and he just has to go for the 25% stun. He can't even afford to go for the slow because it's just too low or something. And if you can stun it, then you waste the cooldown. I don't know. Don't listen to me. It's probably not going to happen, but you never know. Like Jungle Grub is still a pretty good counter because he can use his Sticky Goo. Consume, even if he takes a stun, maybe you'll swap. Here's what you can do: you can kind of Sticky Goo him, swap into a critter if you have like a critter team. Maybe you have a rabbit or something. Because rabbits are allowed, and they're very strong pets. They're not particularly strong against this mini meta in Pandaria or Deepholm, but they're still very strong. So, very viable for sure. Especially if you know that your opponent has kind of used up all their surge users or Dazzling Dance, or you just kind of just want to take a gamble. Like, he could still be very, very viable if you happen to queue like for your third match and your opponent has like, a 325 speed pet, a high hitting pet, and then just kind of a medium pet, and all of them are slower than your rabbit. Your rabbit's going to really, really, really shine. So even though I didn't use him, he's definitely still a very viable option. So your kind of power pets are going to be the Kunlai Runt, the rabbit. Emperor Crab is obviously very good. All of these mongooses are really quite nice. Low health, but very good at kind of staying alive and going first a lot of the time with their high speed. Your Thundertail Flapper has that Thunderbolt, which can hit hard, split damage. Your Shale Spiders are okay. Your Crimson Geode's really cool because it has Elementium Bolt, which just hits hard and stuns. If they don't have a critter or a dodge, that's just really powerful. Especially if you kind of pair them up with, say, an Emperor Crab using Whirlpool. Maybe they'll dodge, say, the Whirlpool, but then they're going to take the Elementium Bolt. Like, as long as you stagger them, there's not going to be that much dodging going on, most likely. Although this is one team where a rabbit would really shine, because the only thing you can do about that rabbit is use your Emperor Crab and kind of spam Surge, which is, going to beat the rabbit. But if, say, you pair your rabbit with a moth and a rabbit would really give this team a lot of trouble, because you have two aquatics, so that hard hitter from the moth is going to hit you hard. With the flying abilities, the rabbit's going to be able to dodge your nukes. It's all sorts of a bad time for this team. So although this team did pretty well for me in the tournament, maybe not so much. You got to think about things. And like I showed you, there is actually this this option here, we can use Nimbus. Most likely, the Flame Ring Moth is going to be better with, you know, your kind of typical moth dust, you know, Healing Flame, and you definitely want to go Alpha Strike. There's no reason to use Burn. There's a lot of critters, and there, like I said, there are no mechanical. So unless you just want to be a special snowflake and most likely have weak damage to your opponent, yeah, take Alpha Strike. As far as I know, these are all the best breeds of these pets. Thundertail Flapper might be better in Balance. I think he hits a little harder. Yeah, like 3 points harder. I think Health Balance is better. I was just kidding. Don't listen to me. Just copy my teams and you know, mute me or something. Yeah, these are probably all the best breeds for these pets. And like I said, there's the rabbit available. There's a couple other good ones, and there is another foxling you can use. He's just not as fast. The Alpine Foxling kit is usable. These Bandicoons are kind of cool. They're sort of, you know, Vengeful Porcupet wannabes without Spirit Spikes, but they have Tongue Lash and Powerball, so that's kind of a cool combo. I just don't particularly see it's going to be that great because, I don't know. The only thing these are really going to be all that good for is countering flyers because they can't be slept by the moth dust. But even then... Oh, one pet that did I use this one? Did I use the Sump Rush? I didn't use the Sump Rush rodent. That's one pet. Check out Crazy's channel. He just uploaded his first video. It was great. He showed the Sump Rush rodent some love and used it very, very nicely in a team with the Alarmobot. And I think it was it wasn't an Alpine Foxling, but I think it was an Alpine Foxling kit. It was one of the slower speeds, which kind of hurt him in one of the matches. But you know, it's just, I think he just didn't have an Alpine Foxling actually. But yeah, it's the Sump Rush rodent is a really hard pet to get. Here he is, yeah. But he's really cool, even for countering Terror Claws, because he's a beast with aquatic damage. He has a poison that you can put in the Terror Claw. He has survival, I guess, if you want, which, you know, when paired with that Dazzling Dance, survival is actually very nice. So he's one of those pets that can kind of benefit from speed, but doesn't depend on it, because his attacks still just kind of hit hard even if he is slower. So which makes him a very nice counter for the Terror Claw. So once he's faster than the Terror Claw, he can survival, stay alive an extra round. He has that poison, so if the Terror Claw goes to the back line, it's going to do more than 68. This is a low health, a low quality and level. Yeah, it was a level 23, like white quality, I think, gray quality actually. So you know, once you have him leveled up, that poison will basically do about as much damage as the hot. So that basically, you know, counters the hot that they'll throw up if they swap to the back line. And under the beast racial, it'll straight up just do more damage than the hot. So their swapping into the back line is going to do them nothing, absolutely nothing, except just wait until their dodge is back up, which, you know, I guess that's not nothing. So again, don't listen to me. But, you know, if you copy my teams, you'll do pretty well. So coming up to 100 subscribers here pretty soon. I'm pretty excited about that. So once I do, I'm going to release my updated Tier 1 list so that, you know, the meta will be even more obnoxious than it already is, because I'm sure everybody's just going to copy my teams. They're the best. They're the best ever. Not really, but they're pretty strong. Like, some of these are straight up really, really, really strong teams, and a lot of them are just really fun and really good. Like, When Pigs Fly is super duper fun. It has some great synergy. A lot of these teams are just super duper fun, so I'm looking forward to releasing that for y'all. But I have a couple more videos coming out first. I know the podcast is out from this morning. Gomrath and I did our first episode of our Taming Azeroth podcast, where we just talk about everything pet battles, mainly PvP, but also PvE sometimes. And we had an awesome guest artist. We had Haruma Red X. He told us how to pronounce his name, and I already forgot. I think it's Haruma Red X, but it's Hiru. So if you just want to call him Hiru, then that's it. or it's Haruma Red X. And anyways, you know him. He just hit like 100K subscribers. He's a huge YouTuber, and the biggest pet battle YouTuber that I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he has the biggest pet battle. I mean, unless you count like Hazelnutty Games' main channel versus his pet battle channel, but she doesn't just do pet battles. But yeah, all that to say, huge YouTuber, awesome guy, a lot of fun. We got him to be our guest star with us and just talked about a bunch of stuff. So check it out on Gomra's channel. I might upload it on mine, but I probably won't because it's just going to be the same thing. So check it out on Gomra's channel. I'll leave a link to that. And yeah, I thought it went pretty well. We had a lot of cool ideas that if those ideas somehow actually end up going to Blizzard, I'd be so happy. And with one in particular, I have an awesome idea for how to balance the Tarot Claw in the PvP meta. Might not be how you think, but if you think like me, then it's pretty likely to be, then it's pretty likely we thought of the same thing. But that'd be so cool if they come up with that. I'll let you listen to the podcast. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. Details for the tournament, because I feel like I kind of rambled here and there about them, but I want to go ahead and just kind of consolidate all those details into one area. So try to make this quick and brief. A couple quick rules. Details first is it's going to be, like I said, 7 o'clock server time, US Malorn. Unfortunately, that means that anybody from the EU can't participate. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten, found a way to kind of play with EU and US players. So if the EU, if Roscoe wants to do his own tournament, then they'll be able to do that, but we won't be able to join them, and vice versa. They can't join ours. It will be only wild-caught pets from Pandaria, and like I said, it's only wild-caught pets, and you can only use a pet once per opponent. So if, say, you make a team and then you challenge somebody and it's your first game, and then they point out, hey, you actually can't use that pet, it's a vendor pet, or it's it's a trading card pet, or this, that, or the other, or it's what I could see probably happening if somebody brings a Celestial Tournament pet, or a Direhorn, or a Zandalari, because yes, those are from Pandaria, but they're not wild caught, they're bought or drops, and so those are not eligible. You can only use wild caught pets. So if they say have the wrong kind of pet, or it's game 3 and they've already used that pet again, and that actually happened with me. Is Crazy Eater used a Scalded Basilisk hatchling in the first game, and then he tried to use it again in the third game. I guess he just forgot. But if that does happen, then just to make sure that there's no cheating going on, because in these games, a lot of what's going on is big mind games. You're going to want to kind of try to keep your team secret, and keep your strategy secret, because if people know your strategies, it'll be much easier to beat you. And so if you even know what the comp is that your enemy is going to be playing, that's kind of a huge advantage. And so we want to really discourage any sort of kind of spying on your enemy's teams. I wish that there was a way that you could kind of load your team without even seeing that first pet kind of summon for a second, but it's kind of just a honor policy. Don't look at your enemy while they're changing their team, so that you can see what their first pet is, since it does summon it. But if that does happen, where you kind of challenge them and then you see their team, and then you get called out, hey, you're using an illegal pet, it's no big deal. You're just going to get a warning, but after that, you're going to have to whisper all 3 of your pets. Just, link them real quick in whisper chat. Just link them to me before your game, before you challenge or accept a challenge, and make sure that I approve and be like, okay, yeah, those are okay. And, that way there's going to be no kind of seeing your enemy's pets again before, you get called out on accidentally using the wrong pet. If you want to avoid doing that and you're not sure about a pet, just whisper me beforehand, and that's not going to count as your warning. Like, that's totally fine if you just want to whisper me, or just leave a comment in my video. Honestly, if you want to do that, just leave a comment and ask, hey, is this pet legal? Or if you honestly, here's what happens with me a lot is I forget what pets I've used. So if I don't have my team saved in advance, then that, by the way, is why I save my teams in advance. If you just want to link me right before you challenge, that's totally fine, and that way you don't accidentally, use your warning. So that's one thing you can do, but otherwise, like I said, you will have to link all 3 of your pets to me before you can, start your battle. And if I happen to be your opponent, then I'll just have you link it to either Andre or Nathan, just one of the guys who've been with us for a while with these tournaments, and they'll be able to approve it, and that way there's no chance that I'll be able to see your team either. So that's one kind of lengthy rule, but I wanted to get that out of the way because it is kind of a little bit of a nitty-gritty. And another rule that I mentioned is please don't have your mounts, your players, your pets, your hunter pets, your toys especially. Toys and that stuff are fine, but please try to keep them outside of the little area where the battle's going on because it's very distracting. And since there is no spectator mode in PvP pet battles right now, it is hard enough to figure out what's going on, and a lot of people really just like to tune into the channel, just watch and see what's going on, even if they can't themselves participate. And so for games that aren't my own games, I really can't do anything about that for helping y'all see what's going on besides having a clear battlefield. When it's my games, those toys don't even show up in my screen, so it doesn't matter. But, if it's not me, and it's not me all the time, I only play occasionally, and if there's an odd number, I might just sit it out just to make it easy, because, if we have 7 players, it'll be a lot easier if there's 6, especially if there's 9. That would be perfect for me to sit out, because then that way, all 4 of you, you can kind of pair up 2, 2, 2, and 2, and then, the winners of those, 2 of those can play against each other, 2 of the others can play, and then you have 2 finalists, and that would be super simple, whereas if we have 9... it's kind of a mess. It's definitely a bit of a disadvantage for anybody to have to match against me early on, because I am 2-1, and the 1 was against Gomrath. So I am 2-1 in the tournament, and so with someone with my experience and my collection of pets, it is going to be pretty difficult, for a newer pet battler to kind of compete with me. And it's really not fair if I, get paired with them early on, because then that knocks them out, whereas they might have been able to beat somebody else and get to the finals. Maybe even get a little bit of practice playing with these pets that they otherwise wouldn't have gotten if they just, straight queue into me, and I'm running, my hardcore, let's say Alpine Foxling, Emperor Crab, Kunlai Runt, and, it's just really, 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 really hard to beat that. Because that is sometimes my strategy, is I'll use a team that's not as strong, and then kind of save and bunch all of my really, really, really strong pets together in a team that I basically am just going to assume I'm not going to lose. For example, on the last tournament, when I did this team, Linica is Evil, I basically... oh, no, I changed it to Oh Dear. Yeah, when I did this team, I basically just assumed I wasn't going to lose. Obviously, this is counterable, but it's so hard to counter that if they use the 3 pets that I would expect to be able to counter that, and that would be the Scourged Whelpling, the Emperor Crab, and then the Sporling Sprout, if they've used even one of those pets, I can probably still beat 2 of the other pets. Maybe not the Emperor Crab and the Scourged Whelpling, but if I play really well, as long as they've used some of those pets, and I use this for the 3rd battle, it's going to be really, 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 really hard for them to have any sort of chance against this team, because it's just so strong. It has the 3 of the best pets in that mini meta from back in the day. So yeah, all that to say, I'm competitive, and so I might sit it out depending on how many there are. We'll see. I'd love to get a play, and for now the plan is for me to, but we'll just kind of play it out. Since I am also going to be streaming, and this will be my very first stream, I want to be able to focus on if there's chat or anything else going on, and just really be able to kind of put up the highest quality stream and video. Afterwards, of course, I'll upload that I can, because I do it for y'all. So what else is there? Like I said, if you want to participate, just bring at least 3 teams. Here's if you can't think of 3 teams, here's 5. Don't necessarily recommend all 5 of these, and I would recommend you kind of come up with your own teams. I know I'm almost certainly going to come up with different teams, at least by the time that I play with 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 Nathan. That's going to be on Saturday morning. And so the plan is for us to kind of get some practice done. Maybe I'll even try to stream it just as a practice, but we'll see. I'm working a double shift tomorrow, so it's going to be kind of hard for me to, learn how to set up a stream overnight. Whereas I have the whole Monday morning to figure out how to set up my stream, so I'll be okay. Yeah, that's y'all don't care about that. That's not important. I'll make it work, but might be able to stream as a practice stream that thing with the practice round with Nathan. So regardless, I'll still put up a video of it, so that'll be a lot of fun. And that'll also give you some ideas for pets you can use. But like I said, I'm going to give you all of the pets here. If you kind of just want some inspiration for some teams, here's some nice synergy with all of these. All of these do have some synergy, even if it isn't that great, or some sort of theme at least. Yeah, like I don't know. Do all of these have synergy? This one doesn't feel like it has very much synergy, but it covers a lot of bases. So like if I need a dodge, I have the mongoose. If I need AOE, I have the thunder tail flapper. And then I have the Twilight Spider to hit really hard with that 341 attack power on a dot and brittle webbing. This guy is actually super, super good against Clone Dance. Not like a mega counter, but if you get that brittle webbing on the pet who uses the Cyclone, which isn't hard, like they cast their Cyclone as you use brittle webbing, then whenever that Cyclone's hitting, they're taking damage every single time for 180 damage without your beast racial, and over 200 damage with your beast rate. Oh, no, sorry. Not that much. It's not that good. So 90 every time that it deals damage. But, 90 times 3, if all 3 of them land, is almost 300 damage. It can crit with your beast racial. That's over 400 damage. It's really nice. Like, it really discourages them from using their Cyclone. And if you can get Poison Spit and Brittle Webbing on, like, say it's a Blighthawk, and what they do is they'll use their Cyclone while you put Poison Spit, and then you use Brittle Webbing. They have a dot on them, and they take extra damage when their Cyclone hits. And if they use their Ghostly Bite, now you're below your racial, so all of that damage is doing even more damage. And then he has Leech Life if you want, or Spiderling Swarm to do a lot of damage and break Decoy. So yeah, all these are really cool teams, and hopefully this can kind of give y'all some inspiration for creating y'all's teams. You do only have to have 3 teams, but I kind of recommend having a 4th just in case. Another minor rule is if there's a draw, which is very unlikely since there are no undeads, but there are still some dots, so you could still have a draw and end of turn abilities. You could theoretically still very well have a draw. If there is a draw, you are allowed to use those 3 pets from the draw match again. You don't even have to use them all together. You're free to use them again. The draw means nothing happened. If, say, the score was 1-1 before that, you've both won a game. It doesn't count as like 2-2 or anything. It's just straight up 1-1. It's like the game never even happened. All the other games still matter. So any pets that you use before the draw, or any pets that you use after the draw, if there's like another couple of games, that's all still regular. But any pets that you used are reusable if you want. I don't particularly recommend that because then your opponent probably knows what moves you like to use. Although I suppose if you change up your moves, you could really throw them through a loop. So, I don't know. All that to say, draws result in nothing. It's just a rematch, which you can use whatever teams you want. You can reuse pets if you want, but you don't have to. And by the way, a draw only... Well, yeah. Draw is going to be really, really simple since there are no undeads in this match. If both of your last pets die on the same round, it's a draw. There's really no. It's not difficult to kind of determine if it's a draw. When it comes to undeads, people are sometimes a little confused. A draw does not happen if you're so here's the scenario. Your unborn Valkyr is out and there's a rabbit and he's already used his dodge. He has you pretty low health. He kills your unborn Valkyr, activating your racial, and then on the same move, since you're slower of course, he activates your racial, and then you hit him with your Shadow Shock and you kill him, and then you have your undead racial. That doesn't count as a draw. That counts as a win for the unborn Valkyr. What counts as a draw is he activates your racial, you hit him, he's still alive, you have your undead round. He doesn't have his dodge or anything, so he just kind of sits there, just, you know, passes his turn, and you attack him, and then he dies. That's still that counts as a draw, because, you know, you killed him on your undead round, not when your undead round was first activated. So, but it doesn't matter because there are no undeads. There are also, like I said, no mechanicals. So beasts are going to be very strong. The only mechanical damage that I know of is Call Lightning, which only I think 3 pets have. The wild golden hatchling, the wild jade hatchling, and then the skywisp moth is a very cool moth that has it. Unfortunately, you do have to pass up moth dust to use it. Where's the skywisp moth? Skywisp moth, see, he has Call Lightning, so that's pretty cool. As far as I know, there is... What? Oh, yeah, there's that. As far as I know, there is no more mechanical damage, but it might be wrong. I've been wrong before. Yeah, there's very little mechanical damage, so beasts are going to be pretty strong. But there are no actual mechanicals or undeads, like I said, so it's going to be very interesting. There is only that one humanoid, the Kunlai runt, too, so a lot of lesser used pets, and I think it's going to be a really fun tournament. Really looking forward to seeing who all's going to show up, what teams are brought, and yeah, hope to see y'all there. Leave a comment in the in the comment section below this video if you have any questions about the tournament, and I'll try to answer them all. But I think I said everything. I'm sure I'll think of something that I needed to address just as soon as I end the video. But like I said, I'll leave any comments. I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know if there's anything else important that you need to know. Again, details are 7 o'clock server time on the Lorne, right outside the orc starting zone. Yeah, just bring your 9 best pets, 3 unique teams, and yeah. It is, oh yeah, another random thing, it is single elimination, unfortunately. There is one potential way that it might be not single elimination. In our last tournament, there was a situation where it came down to there were 3 finalists, and Crazy ended up losing the roll, and so he had to fight me first. I basically said, all right, you 2 roll, and whichever one of you rolls the lower number has to fight me first. So Crazy rolled a lower number, beat me the first game, but then I came back and beat him 2 more games. So, that knocked him out. Then I played Nathan and 2-0'd him with really good RNG. No skill required, just, great RNG, and I won the tournament. Was honestly pretty much what happened. Like, Nathan and I are very, very evenly matched, so it was just really nice luck that allowed me to win. But, I 2-0'd him, and, that's over because I've beat both of the finalists. But if I had, beaten Crazy, and then Nathan had beaten me, I probably would have said, all right now, Nathan and Crazy... Wait. No, I probably still would have. Would I? Yeah, because basically, I don't know. I might say... I might have given them a chance to fight each other, but let me see. I guess technically if I beat Crazy and then Nathan beats me, then I guess Nathan's still the best since he beat the guy who beat the other guy, right? Yeah, it probably is. I mean, just assume it's going to be single elimination. But the nice thing is, even if you get knocked out early, there'll still be plenty of people who can play with you. Kind of just have some fun, play whatever battles you want. Just make sure that that's off to the side. And if there are any, tournament battles going on, please try not to, over talk everybody else. There is going to be a Discord channel that everybody's invited to join. And I do invite everybody to join because it's a lot of fun for everybody to get to talk and hear the back and forth whenever there's a big play or something. But if there's too much kind of back and forth talking and joking during the tournaments, it makes it very kind of difficult for anybody who's watching the stream or who watches the recording, the video afterwards, to really enjoy and be able to be able to understand what's going on, because it's hard to hear the commentary over everybody else. So please just try to keep it down during tournaments. Other than that, it's fine. For my videos, I usually just kind of cut out those areas, those dead times. At least if I'm doing any sort of commentary on my battles, that's what I do. So yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Sorry about my rambling again. I just kind of wanted to, hit all the big pointers. And yeah, hopefully we can get as much participation as possible. Really looking forward to seeing y'all. See if I can get Disco Doggy to join us, or maybe even Hiru. That would be so cool. It's really, really, really fun, and I super duper enjoy these tournaments. It's a lot of fun, and the community is just really, really supportive, and they're nice guys, and girls. There's Dragona, and she's great. Hope to see her again. She had a really cool team. She brought 9 teams. She brought 9 teams of all unique battle pets to the last tournament, and so it's super cool seeing stuff like that. I wish I could have seen all of her teams, because the ones that I saw were really, really sweet. She was like a turkey water waveling setup. It was really cool. Honestly, just got super lucky. I had Arcane's Winds to counter it. But anyways, I've been rambling way too long. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time, and like I said, feel free to copy this team. Just import the tab, and that way you have a quick way to look through all the pets, to my knowledge, that are eligible in the tournament. One other thing I will mention is, if you say have a Tolai Hare pup and a Tolai Hare, you are perfectly allowed to use both of them. As long as they're a different pet, even if they have the same breed and the same moveset, you are allowed to use them. And my reason for that is, yes, that allows so many moths. You can literally have 2 triple moth teams if you want, but I think that's fair only because there are so many Emperor crabs. Like, there's an Emperor crab, there is a Spirebound crab, and there is a how do you call it? A shore crab somewhere. I'm pretty sure you can use a shore crab. I guess if he's not in the list, well, let's just see. Let's just see. Shore. Yeah, Pandaria L with the petrels and the seagull. Yeah, so you can actually use 3 crabs, and those crabs are really, 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 really strong. And so having the ability to counter as many crabs as you want with moths is really something I want to encourage, because I don't want people to just use crabs and kind of face roll the competition. I want them to have to kind of take that risk of, you know what, you might be hitting a lot of flying damage, and then your crab's in trouble. Even with Shell Shield and maximum healing and damage reduction, you can still really run into a lot of trouble with an Emperor crab. So, all right, for real now, I'm done. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.